Hi, I'm Amber Gustafson. I'm candidate for Iowa Senate District 19, and I'm here today at the Wallace Building in front of the Capitol with my friend Kirsten Andersen, and we're going to talk a little bit about her experience as a GOP staffer. She was fired for coming forward to ask for help dealing with a situation involving sexual harassment in her workplace.
After working 5 years as a Senate Republican caucus staffer, I complained for a fourth time. I asked for support and help, and I wanted to change the environment at the Capitol, and instead I was fired just about 7 hours later. I am really excited today to talk to you, to talk about this problem that everyday Iowans are facing. That's sexual harassment, bullying, and retaliation in the workplace. And I know that you support Iowans, Iowa women on this issue, and you will work to help them and to end workplace harassment in Iowa.
Absolutely. I would say that sexual harassment has been something that I have had to face at almost every job I've ever had. And one of the experiences that most motivated me to get involved in running for office was an experience I had when I was a senior in college at Iowa State. It was very humiliating, and I was just a young college student. Even when I talked about it with my friends, they were like, well, yeah, that's just the way the work world is. Get used to it. And I thought, that doesn't have to be the case. Why should I have to put up with that in order to have a job that I enjoy? When I was early on in the race, I was at a voter registration event at DMAC, and I remember a young woman coming up to the table and talking with me and telling me about how she worked at a fast food restaurant in Ankeny and how upset she was because she was enduring sexual harassment there at her workplace, and how she felt like there was nothing that she could do and no one that she could report it to. She felt like there was no one that was on her side. I imagine that's a lot about how you felt.
It was, and there's a lot of guilt and shame associated with harassment and sexual harassment at work. We need to demand that our legislators protect us and serve us better. I came forward and I asked for help, and instead I was shown the door. And that is not what any Iowan deserves, especially from those who are so-called leaders, those who are making our laws in Iowa.
So now my opponent is Jack Whitver, and he's been in the Senate for about a term and a half. And I know you knew him and knew his work style. Do you have confidence that this is something that he will deal with?
No. He has repeatedly said that he will not put forth any sort of legislation. He will not do anything more, at least during this legislative session. And I'm not optimistic that after the session is over, that it will be dealt with in the way that it should be dealt with.
I think there just seems to be a real culture, at least as an Iowa woman, and I look at the Capitol, what I see is a culture of kind of a good old boys system that allows for a lot of inappropriate behavior, some of it consensual and some of it not. And I expect better from my legislators. I'm sure you do too.
Exactly. When you don't clearly state where the line is and what expectations are, people will continue to cross it. They simply will. And we're not seeing or hearing anything from leaders at the State House about this issue and where that line is and what the expectations are. So I'm not optimistic that anything else will happen, which is sad, and Iowans deserve better.
I have 2 daughters, so I think about what the future holds for them, and someday they'll be in the workplace, whether it's working at Taco Bell or working a college internship or out into the full-time workforce. And I want to make sure that their experience is one that is positive, that is supportive, that welcomes them as a full member of any team that they're on. And I think that really starts here. And what happens in the legislature sets the tone for the rest of the state. I've said it before, but if our elected officials, and that includes Jack Whitver, don't take steps to show that they care about the women that they work with every day inside the Capitol, how do we know that they care about the women outside the Capitol?
Exactly.
Seems pretty elemental.
When Iowans are allowed to work in a bully-free or harassment-free workplace, everybody thrives. And for them to not understand that really is very sad. Very sad.
It kind of comes back to the whole, if it's not a problem for me, it's not a problem situation.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
Absolutely. Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for being here today, and thank you so much for your endorsement. And I look forward to bringing a tremendous amount of change to the state legislature and also to the culture of our state when it comes to the issue of sexual violence, domestic violence, sexual harassment, and all of the things that go into making the world a safer, better place for women. So thank you.
Thanks, Amber. Hi, I'm Kirsten Andersen, and today I'm endorsing Amber Gustafson for Senate District Seat 19 in the Iowa Senate race this fall. She's a smart, caring, compassionate Iowa mom who truly cares about her district. Her track record is impeccable. She's an advocate and she's a fighter. She will get things done for her district, and she will talk to her constituents. She will listen to them, and she will get it done.
Hi, I'm Amber Gustafson. I'm running for Iowa Senate District 19. I'm from Ankeny. I'm a mom of 3. I got into this race because I care about Iowa women. I want to make sure that we have access to health care. I want to make sure that we have safe workplaces where we can prosper and grow and support our families. I want to make sure that our kids are taken care of so that they have everything that they need in order to be successful. One of the reasons why I got into this race is because I care about the issues that are facing women. Some of the things that concern me are the fact that less than 0.9% of our state's budget on sexual assault is spent on prevention, and over 55% of that money is spent on incarcerating offenders. We need to do better in Iowa. We need to prevent sexual assault. In Iowa, we have more than 4,000 rape kits that are untested. We need to do better for Iowa women to make sure that they're safe and that they have access to the things that they need. I'm running for Iowa Senate because I care about Iowa women, and I will make a difference.